Welcome, everybody. Red Leaf Retrocast, episode 138. This is the Retro Gaming Podcast edition. Colin, Joey, myself, I'm JD. Midgard. Joey, it was your theme. Why?
Yes, because I wanted to play one of the games, and I decided to do a weird theme. And we're going to be playing two games that take place in or around Midgard and seeing their different takes on the lore and whatever else they want to screw up with it and all the weirdness around it. So, two completely different games, but somehow kind of similar.
They turned out to be extremely similar to me.
Yeah, true.
Man, I had to go to a friend's house because he's got an Xbox One, and one of these was backwards compatible.
Yeah, I was actually surprised because one of them I was having issues with the emulator, the Xbox One, and then I found out that it's free on Game Pass. So
sure was.
Which confused me.
So I kind of wasted my time on Windows.
Yeah, me too. And my Xbox is still updating right now because I haven't touched it in probably a year, so I couldn't even play it. But yeah, I was surprised because of the lawsuit. I thought they got pulled off the shelves, so I didn't think the game would be actually available.
You weren't the only one that thought that. Well, in the past 2 weeks, past month, we've done PS1 Adventure, Light and Darkness. We played some Legacy of Kain, Zelda Twilight Princess. Ironically, Legacy of Kain somehow has a connection to one of these games we're talking about today. I wanted to ask you guys kind of a general question. We're halfway through the year. Is there like a standout game you've played this year from this podcast that maybe shocked you or surprised you, or you just refound your love for it?
Don't even think what games we played.
Well, let me have another look on our list of stuff we've done this year.
Well, I'll start. Besides kind of the PS1 action adventure games, because that was my theme pick about a month ago. I love both those games. Soul Reaver was kind of the first time I went into it, but I would say the biggest find and love would have been Professor Layton and the Curious Village back in February. I ended up really loving the series as a whole and kind of gone down this path of, I'm in bed. Got a new bed, by the way. Oh, it's amazing. Love sleep again. I never want to leave. It's like 12 hours in bed, no problem. 2 hours playing a Professor Layton game. So that's what's happened there with me, with that game. I would say most disappointed would probably be the ninja sequel episode we did where we were playing Tenchu and Onimusha 2. The sequels to that was disappointing considering how much I love the first one of each. So how about you guys? Figured it out yet? Is it just NBA Jam for you, Joey, or something?
I don't think anything really sparked much. Except for I will be playing one of these games, even though it's slightly broken after the podcast, and probably try to beat it because I know it's short, but no. Can't say any game sparked anything this year.
I guess for me, the closest would be Metroid Prime 2. So I haven't played that in such a long time.
Okay.
And as for most disappointing, probably Ys 3.
Ooh. Yeah, you can kind of tell why the series just kind of stopped coming to the West for a great period of time.
Yeah. Makes you wonder how it lasted as long as it did.
Right? Yeah, it's kind of shocking when you look at kind of the modern Ys games, where they've come and what's happened. So
the only thing that makes sense to me is the good soundtracks. Because if you listen to the TurboGrafx 16 version of Ys 3's soundtrack, it's pretty rockin'.
Yeah, I agree. So, besides some Professor Layton, a lot of sleep, and a lot of golf, really starting to come into my own into the game. Was gonna have my first official lesson, from someone who knows what they're doing and can teach me more, but that got canceled, and now I'm ready to head to Toronto later this week on vacation.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah. So Colin will have to meet up in the city, probably that Saturday or something.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Teasing away Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Doing that. Still just kind of I find myself just kind of messing about more often because I'm like, okay, I got like 45 minutes to play, and I might have something on like YouTube or something going as other noise because the game is very somber, very much in the similar vein of Breath of the Wild. So I find myself having some background noise or something else going on, just as like I guess an extra stimuli. But I also found that weirdly relaxing. I can have these things going on, so still enjoying my way there. And I don't believe I've sent this to you guys, but while I was in Connecticut, I got some posters, and that finally motivated me to put up more posters in my little man cave basement here. See if I can find it as I search the... Joey, why don't you go? What have you been up to as I search for this thing on my phone?
Been playing a lot of Diablo 4. According to my AMD software, I've spent 92 hours in the game.
Oh, okay.
So
Lots
I'm
of plot
having
then,
a lot
right?
of fun with it. Yeah, it's a lot there. I mean, I'm not a level 100 like some of the nice grinders are. Only like level 65 on my main, and then I started a couple alts because I like having fun with low levels. But it's a lot of fun. I beat the campaign in like a day whenever early access, but now I'm just running around trying to complete Renown before season 1 starts, since that stuff carries over for the seasons. But yeah, been having a lot of fun with that, and then I played a little bit of FIFA because it's way too hot to go outside, so I'm just stuck inside all day.
Oh, yeah. No water breaks for you in Texas anymore. Not allowed.
Yeah, because I just want more people to die, because we already have the most worker deaths on the job, so why not just add to the total?
Yeah, why not? It's not like kids frequently playing football in the summer.
Yeah, and considering it's 9 o'clock here in Houston, it's 83 Fahrenheit, and that's 28 Celsius for you folks, and it's 89% humidity. Just
brutal.
Lovely weather. Lovely weather. It's supposed to go up to 99 today, so that's gonna be fun.
All right, I have found the picture. I threw it in Discord there.
Nice, very nice. Looks a bit angry video game nerd-esque with the wood paneling.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's just the way the basement came, and I figured I'd keep it because wood paneling kind of rocks when it's in a basement.
Yeah. I guess for a basement, I hate wood paneling.
Well, I'm not going to have it in like my living room where all my golf stuff is.
Oh.
Whoa, cat. Oh, boy. Just jumps up on the mic stand. Yeah, for those that can't see it, I got the signed Mega Man 11 poster up, Breath of the Wild poster, and then in Connecticut they had a nice little deal on more of the bigger posters. So I got SNES Donkey Kong, Super Mario 3. It's the kind of game box art there, and then I guess you can't tell because the light flare, but that would be a Pikmin, big Pikmin poster.
Oh, nice.
So
cool.
Maybe that's a hint to what we'll be playing next time.
Oh boy.
We're going to play a room decorator game?
Yeah, it's called Sims, but we only focus on
decorating.
Okay. Colin, how about yourself?
Well, it was my nephew's birthday celebration yesterday. We went to a fun center similar to Discovery Zone. That was a nice blast from the past, since I haven't been to a place like that since elementary school.
I cannot believe that still exists.
Well, it's not a Discovery Zone specific thing.
Oh, okay.
It's
Because
just
I'm
that
like, I
style
could have
of-
sworn that like went out of business 25 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, there are places like it here in Canada, here in Ontario. And we went to just such a place today, or yesterday. And it was really fun. So there's all kinds of cool stuff in addition to the Discovery Zone play thing. There's like they had axe throwing, they had bowling, they had a water park. The list goes on. So that was pretty fun.
No giant
As
foam
for-
pits where an adult can go down the zip cord and throw out their shoulder.
Not quite that far.
Yeah. Not a true
Though they
Discovery
did
Zone then.
They did have what they call glamping.
Glamping?
They have the glamping.
Glamorous camping.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay.
Yep. And they
That's
take
not
these
where
old
my
ship-
mind first went. Hey, Joey, you want to join me for some glamping?
Mm.
I promise I'll be soft.
Oh, that's not fun.
Joey likes hard glamping. Make it rough, dirty. Okay. What is glamping then?
Well, they take these old shipping containers and repurpose them to be like little hotel rooms.
Okay.
It's kind of like having a nice decked out cabin out in the woods, but with like a lot of the amenities, so you're not roughing it, but you're
Pretty much, yeah.
still out by yourself.
Ah.
Well, it was one of those condo camping type deals where all the campsites are right next to each other.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it's like a nice little air conditioned thing that you don't really have to rough it, but you can say you were camping.
That's not camping.
That's why it's glamping.
No. I don't care what you call it. That is not what they think it is.
You're outdoors. It's all that matters.
No, they're not. They're in an air-conditioned space. They're in a controlled environment. That is not outdoors in... I'm so triggered. I'm like weirdly annoyed by this. It's almost like
You're
I'm
probably not
taking it
the only
personal.
one.
Man. If I meet some of these people,
you're definitely not the only one.
No, yeah. If I meet someone, it's like, oh yeah, we're going glamping. I will just see Red Hot Fury. I'm like, what? Just tell me you're going to a cabin. Well, this isn't a cabin. It's not made out of wood. I will slap you.
I mean, I guess it's camping like how kings used to camp on their hunting missions back in the day, where they would set up these elaborate tents for them and then set up the kill for them and said, "Ooh, I killed this great beast." So is it much different from then? We just stole from the kings.
I do like that analogy, actually.
I
went to the woods. We really roughed it. Had to walk 10 feet to the bathroom to my heated toilet as opposed to my usual 5. It was so tough. Pleated toilet paper, they say it was. I saw 2 flies inside my controlled space. 2! That's more than 0 that I usually have at home.
Oh, man.
It was a great beast, this fly. Twice the size I'm used to seeing, I swear it. Okay.
It's like those Mount Everest climbers with those big luxury heated tents.
Well, I guess. I mean, Mount Everest is, people would fucking die on that thing annually. So it's like, I don't know. Seems okay.
Yeah. But more so nowadays because so many people are doing it at once. They're jamming up the route down and people end up dying from the thin air as a result.
Oh, God. Get those oxygen tanks, brother. Let's see. What else, Colin? What else you got besides your glamping nonsense?
I've been playing more God of War 2018.
Ah.
I'm very close to the end game now.
Ooh.
And right now I'm trying to beat the Valkyrie Queen boss fight.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
she's
that
tough.
one.
She
Jesus.
is so
Yeah.
tough.
tough bitch. Yep. This is like Sekiro boss fight level of hard here. And even though it's optional, I still feel compelled to do it, no
Throw
matter
that
how.
shit on easy mode and move on.
Fuck that.
I don't got enough time to die 1,000 times to beat it once. Man.
And I've also been playing more Smash Bros. Ultimate. Pretty much more of the same. Just progressing in the Spirit story campaign and unlocking fighters in the main game along the way. Not much more to say there. And that's pretty much it for me.
All right, so we're all playing different things. I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom. Joey's playing Diablo IV. What are you going to play Final Fantasy 16, Colin? Do you plan on getting that?
Probably not.
Probably not. Oh, no. Why?
Not right now, anyway. I haven't even played Final Fantasy 15 at all yet.
Well, I mean, you got to get the complete edition to get the full game, and hopefully 16 isn't going to go that route again. That was kind of annoying. Where you don't get the full story. I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on that because I almost feel that they could have done like a Final Fantasy 13 deal. Look, okay. So side tangent here. I think Final Fantasy 13 gets a little bit of a bad rap because, I mean, I understand that linear hallway aspect is not for everybody. It does bring down the game a little bit. But an aspect of like how they sold this game and it ended up becoming like 3 of them, kind of Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 kind of went that route as well. I like that option more than we're going to pump out some DLC. So just treat these things like actual like sequel games that are mini versions or whatnot. I vastly prefer that than multiple DLCs to fill in gaps.
Yeah, I can see that.
So supposedly 16 is going to go the route of complete at release. See how that works out.
Yeah. No. I'll be keeping an eye on it.
I mean, Street Fighter 6 actually had a complete game upon release. Like they learned their lesson from Street Fighter 5's debacle. Yeah.
Hopefully the unlocking of characters isn't so tedious.
I mean, I don't even think
they be tedious. You just pay for them and then you get new characters.
Right. I don't even think they gave that option this time. It's just buy them. They went the Tekken route where it's just, you're gonna have to pay for these characters. That's end of story. Like, don't even do the cock tease of it. Okay. Well, if that's it, do we got anything else?
Recently, that Ease 10 is coming out in the fall this year.
Ah, okay.
Let me see. It's called Nordics. Ease 10 Nordics.
All right, keep my eyes open.
It sounds like they're going.
Yeah, I got Tears of the Kingdom, Final Fantasy 16, and Pikmin 4 on the horizon for me. And I mean, depending on the Assassin's Creed, that might do it for me for the rest of the year in like new games I'm buying.
When does the Assassin's Creed come
out? They usually come around October, like that time of year.
I might have to pick that up on PS5. I'm assuming it's on PS5.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I really enjoyed the last Assassin's Creed, the Valhalla game. That was extremely fun.
I've just seen some things. This one's going back to like the roots.
It looks like the original in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be kind of like
a reimagining or something.
I don't think it's reimagining, but back to like the Assassins, like how they were first couple games, and not what the franchise has become.
Sure, I'm up for that. Okay, I'm gonna play the drop. Let's do it. All right, Joey. Mm-hmm. Remind people what this theme is. And
Midgard.
Yes, okay.
Loose theme. Very loose.
I mean, I thought when you first said it, it's like, oh, because Final Fantasy 16 is coming out, kind of the whole Final Fantasy 7 announcement. We're gonna tie in some RPG type stuff here, and
apparently not.
No, it didn't really work out that way.
This first game, I knew nothing. I just knew it takes place in Midgard. So I was like, screw it. We're going to run with Midgard and go with it. So, yeah, it's interesting game. And especially since I read the plot, it's got even weirder. So,
yeah. It's a Yoko Taro game. You know, the guy with the wacky, he never shows his face in public. He has like crippling social anxiety kind of deal. Maybe the character might be a weird representation of him, perhaps. I don't know. I don't want to look into it. That would make me uncomfortable. But anyways, what's this first game?
Yes. Drakengard for the PlayStation 2. It came out in 2003 for Japan and 2004 for everywhere else. Developed by Cavia Macrospace? Oh, that's for mobile. This game's on mobile? What the fuck?
Sheesh.
It's developed by Cavia and published by Square Enix, and I think someone else published it elsewhere. But whatever.
Yeah, so Cavia does a bunch of like anime games. That's what they do.
Yeah, well, I am so surprised this thing spawned a franchise at all, and then spawned Nier franchise as well. This game sucks.
Well, don't you worry. They went out of business not even 10 years later.
It's so bad. Like, this game is Dynasty Warriors and Road Squadron 2 combined. But
I was thinking
worse than both.
I was thinking like a not on rails Panzer Dragoon and Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah.
And the reason why I closer think it's towards Panzer Dragoon is when you're on the dragon, it's just go to the arrow and shoot the thing.
Fair
and
enough,
you don't
yeah.
even really have to dodge.
Yeah. Like, I was so surprised when the first chapter opened up and it was a Dynasty Warrior-esque game. I was like, I was not thinking.
Not what
that
I was
gonna
expecting.
happen. Me either. I thought it would be more like an RPG or something. That's what happens when you go blind. You get surprised, and sometimes surprised terribly.
Joey, I'm going to need you to read the first paragraph of the plot of this game.
On the plot?
Yeah.
Well, let me give you the settings. It takes place in the world of Midgard, which is why it was brought in. And instead of Norse gods, it's dragons. So
as one
makes a lot of sense. So the plot. It opens with Kame, which his name's so weird, in the midst of a battle to protect his sister from the Empire. Of course, they're known as the Empire, so they're bad.
Of course.
During the battle, Kame is mortally injured, but continues to fight. Okay. His way to... the fuck is that name? Freya's castle?
Sure.
Why? It's
like Furai, I think.
They threw in all
Just
the vowels.
put some
except for
cotton in your mouth and say Fury.
Yeah. Where he finds Angelus. Severely wounded. Everyone's just dying. I don't want to read all this. Can we just get to the pedophile?
No. Can we just get to the pedophilia? I'll read it.
There's a pedophile in this game.
I'll read it. Where he finds Angelus, a severely wounded from tortured dragon deal. Despite their mutual mistrust, Kame and Angelus agree to make a pact and save each other. With the attack repelled, Kame is joined by Fury and Inuar to find safety, encountering Verlet on their travels. Inuar is captured, tortured, and brainwashed by Mana, eventually kidnapping Fury in the belief that he can save her from her fate as the goddess and earn her love. Verdelit and Kame travel to each of the three seals, but each time arrive too late to stop them from being destroyed. Eventually, the Union and the Empire engage in battle, and the Union emerges victorious. After the battle, however, the Union's surviving troops are decimated by an unknown force from above, and the Empire's troops return to life.
Yep, because that happens.
All right. Now you can get to the pedophile.
The pedophile?
Yeah.
Let me see here. So
I read a good chunk of that plot, and I don't understand a fucking thing of it.
Yeah, so then there's this guy, Leonard. I didn't get far enough the game, so I don't know who the fuck he is. He's in self-imposed seclusion because he's trying to suppress his pedophilia.
Mm-hmm.
And the guilt at his brother's death stems from the fact he gave into his cravings and left them unprotected. So he's not upset that he's a pedophile. He's upset that he got his brother killed because he's a pedophile.
Right, so he went to go fuck some kids. His brother died because, well, not because he fucked some kids. It's because it sounds like he left his guard post.
He left to go fuck some kids and his brother died.
Yeah. So now he's bummed out.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So pretty cool character, right?
How did this game have 2 sequels and then spawn the Nier franchise? How? What the fuck is this shit?
Because the creator's weird.
Yeah.
Weird guy. Very unique.
He's always delving into existential and nihilistic themes.
Well, boy, was this that kind of game, because the concept of immorality is very much in question from start to finish, and the pedophilia character is a good representation of that. Because it's not that everyone else is wrong. It's as long as you convince yourself you're right, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's even a bit of incest in there too.
Oh,
apparently Furaya is in love with Kaim, and he is not in love with her. And that leads to one of the bad endings, I guess.
Yeah, there's 5 endings. How
is one of the bad endings he doesn't fuck his sister?
All of the endings are that.
This
thank God.
This game's plot sucks.
The gameplay sucks.
The gameplay is horrible. Oh my god, it was so bad.
The camera is so bad. The camera is the worst thing. It's probably the worst camera I've ever seen in a game.
Is it the worst? I guess we got to disqualify like the mid-90s type stuff where they were discovering what a camera is.
Yeah.
So that gets a pass. But, we're, 8-10 years into this at that point? And
if you're going to do a lot of smash 'em, beat 'em ups where you got a lot of enemies coming everywhere, you should have the camera follow you better.
No, see, it's got to whip in the general direction in which you're facing with a map with no markers or distinguishable features on it.
Well, the map also changes based on when you're doing. So your marker doesn't move. The map moves around your marker.
Of course.
Because
as one does.
That's how maps work.
Yes. When I'm sailing the high seas and I've got my map out for my expedition, I don't turn with the terrain. No. I turn the map by itself, and then I put the compass upside down. So I know exactly where I'm going at all times.
The map just reminds me of Futurama's ship. It doesn't fly through space. It moves space around it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh god, that's great. Yes, that's exactly what this is. You don't actually move. The world moves around you.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, so it's a shitty hack and slash where I hit square constantly and nothing mattered.
Yep. Yeah, well, you can do square, triangle, and you do combos. And it's so powerful that you can keep doing it because it knocks them down. Like the stronger enemies, it knocks them down. You just keep doing that so you never get hit.
Yeah, the gameplay is bare bones nothing. It's pretty incredible how just nothing this entire game was.
Yeah.
With a bad plot.
The dragon flying was okay, but there wasn't enough of it, and it could have been better.
Yeah, the sideways dodge in midair was kind of an interesting feature. I don't think I've seen that in other games.
I'm fairly certain the Panzer Dragoon series ended up adopting that side dodge at one point.
Maybe. And the music is super repetitive. Anyone else notice that?
I
didn't play long enough for it.
Like 45-second loops. Yeah.
I guess I didn't have it loud enough. I don't even remember the music.
Yeah, I didn't have access to this game, so I just looked at YouTube videos.
Oh, I have more characters that we didn't see that has fucked up morality choices. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's Ariok. He eats children, like cannibalism.
Okay,
boy.
so one fucks someone, eats them. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Fure is revealed to love Kame romantically, which led to Inuart becoming jealous and vulnerable to the brainwashing thing. So, I guess that's the most tame of it all. Is just a little incest jealousy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Mana suffered from parental abuse, so that's cool. Yeah, fun. What fun
Yeah,
characters.
What a fun little world.
It's making Dark Souls look both comprehensible and optimistic.
Yeah, right. A giant crab monster in the bog. I will go and get it. But first you must have the bead of truth to reveal to this one skeleton that you met like 3 hours ago. Okay, makes sense to me. No cannibalistic characters there that eats children or fuck sisters, so Dark Souls gets the W. All right, I failed this game. I fucking hated it.
Oh, yeah,
It sucked.
me too.
Yeah, I failed.
Yeah, it was an easy fail.
God.
Though one last thing I want to point out, that scene at the beginning where Kime makes a pact with the dragon looked kind of familiar to me, and then I realized it looked similar to that part of Nier Automata at the beginning where 2B and 9S touch their cores together to create a big explosion.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah. Touch my core, baby.
Oh, I'll touch your cube.
No, touch my corb. Core.
Corb?
It's a core orb.
It's a corded cube. Corb. Anyways.
touch every side of it.
Oh, no. Yeah. All 16. That's not a cube! Anyways. Next game.
Next game is Too Human for the Xbox 360, which is now retro in 2-3 months, but I'm playing it early. Screw you guys. Developed by Silicon Knights and published by Microsoft.
Well,
if you
so
ever
Silicon
watch any
Knights,
reviews-
we have to tell what happened to Silicon Knights because of this game.
Yeah, they got
Silicon
sued.
Knights had something to do with Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen, Eternal Darkness. These are things we've come to like on the podcast. But
Yep.
what happened with this Too Human game?
Well, what didn't happen? It was in development hell for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
They developed it on Unreal Engine 3. Ended up modifying the Unreal Engine 3 beyond what they were supposed to. They ended up suing Epic because they thought Unreal Engine 3 was out late, but then Epic countersued saying they are using a modified engine and claiming it as their own. And then Silicon Knights got fucked and lost to Epic. And then Epic, they had to pull all the games off the shelves. And they pretty much shut down after this because they had to pay a couple $1 million.
4.5 million?
Yeah, which I think is more so they got the games pulled off, which surprised me because that's why I thought I had to emulate this because I didn't think it was available, but I didn't realize until too late that it's on Game Pass, and apparently Microsoft's selling it. So I don't either Epic doesn't care or there's some other deal that the two made that they.
It probably has to do with the lawsuit, where as long as they paid the fine and cut some of the assets out, that now they're able to sell it.
Yeah, I don't know, but this game, if you watch any reviews, everyone just trashes it, but I actually like it. I still like it even after playing it, but it's an unfinished game, and it shows. It went through development hell. And then
10
I think
years. So it was supposed to be on the original PlayStation in '99 of all times.
Yeah, and I think it was supposed to port to Nintendo because I think they used to have a deal with Nintendo, but then that never happened.
So what I read was it was going to be on the GameCube, but then the Wii was coming out because of how long it was taking to come out, and then the dude that ran Silicon Knights, don't have his name written down off the top of my head, but he was like, the Wii sucks, it's not going to be able to handle our awesome game with our awesome engine that we totally did not steal or plagiarize. So it's going to be it's going to move from a PlayStation exclusive to the Xbox because Microsoft bought out the rights.
Yeah. Yeah, he destroyed the company.
Oh.
That's your
Fun fact. Did you know that Silicon Knights was based in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada?
I did
Just an
not.
hour and a half drive from where I live.
Yeah, I've been there once. Yeah, had to.
How'd you like it?
It's a Canadian city, town.
It's a place.
You know.
Yeah, not much more to say there.
Yeah, it's not like it's Barrie, Ontario, or some place like that. But you know.
Best you can say is it's close to Niagara Falls.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yep. I'd rather just go to Niagara Falls. Right there. I'll be passing through Niagara Falls on Thursday. So
cool.
There we go. I've seen that fucking waterfall so many times now. I'm like null to it. I'm like, yep, that's a big waterfall. Oh. Cool.
Although, one more quick fun fact. Silicon Knights are the guys who made Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem.
Yeah, I mentioned I mentioned that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I wasn't listening.
Nah, it's fine. No one listened to me. It's cool.
Wait, were you talking, JD?
Oh, shit. I hate it when that happens. All right, Joey, you picked another hack and slash.
Yeah. Well, this one was, which I liked, but a lot of people hate, is the combat's on the right analog stick. So you just slide to attacks. And I thought that was pretty fun when it first came out, and I still enjoy it. But people don't like it because it's different.
That wasn't my issue with it. It had the snappy, shitty camera again. That was just a little
the camera's
better.
Not that great, but yeah, it was better than you facing your character all the time. And at least there's a nice easy button that you could return it to behind you.
Yeah, I was pressing left bumper quite often. I believe every 5 seconds minimum. As for the gameplay, the guns didn't really do anything because my first thought was maybe we're getting some Bayonetta Devil May Cry type game here. And instead it just felt too much like Dynasty Warriors again. And I did play this after Dragongard.
There's one character that specializes in range. He's the only one really you want to use a gun with. But I think you can get better guns later on because I remember using a pretty powerful gun back in the day. So this game is pretty much, which I watched a review and it was spot on what their analysis what it is. It's Mass Effect Diablo.
I guess.
It's Diablo, but it looks like Mass Effect.
I mean, there's role-playing stuff in it with all the different classes. Bioengineers made me laugh.
Yeah.
Commando, champion, berserker, bioengineer. Like, okay. That's a choice.
I'm
a doctor? Is he the healer? I don't know.
Yeah.
He has increased regen, so it's pretty much a handicapped character.
That's who
can't really do
much on hard mode.
You don't do much damage, but you also don't die that often because you regen pretty good.
I chose bioengineer.
I was berserker. I wanted 2 swords. Slash, 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 slice.
Yeah, I was reading that this game causes you to die a lot, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be the bioengineer.
And the death animations are really long.
Fuck the death animations. Oh my god, this goddamn angel bitch takes like a fucking year to come down.
Yeah, it's so the game can load again.
No. Because sometimes it would glitch and it would just immediately respawn me. So I was either waiting a year or it would just go clip, done. I'm alive again. It's like, why
just don't die?
That'd be the thing. Yeah, well, or just don't die. Right, of course. Get good. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, get good. That's why you go berserker and you're constantly moving to far away enemies, so you're just dodging by attacking.
Okay.
It's all about movement. Hit, move.
So, plot in this game, characters that are at least morally not reprehensible. But as for like the first, I don't know, 30 minutes and any plot that was explained to me, I just kind of crossed my eyes, looked at my nose, and went, I don't know what's going on.
So pretty much you play as Boulder, and you're trying to figure out who killed your wife, and then
was that it?
Yeah, and then you're stuck between like a war, I think, with the Aesir and the Vanir, I think maybe. But I think Loki's has his children of Ymir, which are all the robots, and then the Aesir are supposed to protect the humans, and they're all in Midgard. So there's like a battle going on, and then there's like a conspiracy of who actually killed your wife. So you don't know if you can trust the Aesir.
All right, but here's the thing.
Too far into it because the game wasn't complete, and then there's supposed to be 2 sequels to this that flesh out the story more, but that never happened, so you don't really get a story.
All right, but here's the thing. Is this not just like a cult that became a giant corporation?
Essentially.
And then the technology is so advanced, they're in...
Well, it's actually gods involved with it.
They're in Ghost in the Shell world sometimes, and then they're not most of the time, and there's a corporation war. And they just, because everyone is so like part of Big Brother that they use all the terminology like they would be in a cult. That's how I got. That was the only thing that made sense to me.
Close to a cult, but it's actually involved with the Aesir, so there's actually gods involved. So
aren't they just Ghost in the Shell cyborgs that live long?
No, I think they're actually supposed to be gods, but they're in robot forms.
I don't know about that. Colin, tell me about what you think of this plot.
No, you're right. They are robots that live long and are revered as gods.
Aha! Aha! Ha! I'm right!
Cybernetic enhanced bodies and minds make them far more powerful than mortals, and they're properly revered as gods.
So there. Colin, I don't need your opinion on the plot anymore.
That's good, because I barely have one as it is. The most I know is Baldur fights this robot in a bar similar to Battle Angel Alita, and then, or the live action Battle Angel Alita.
10 points to Gryffindor for your reference there. I enjoyed that.
I'll admit, the controls aren't as bad as I expected, but I still found them pretty clunky. I mean,
yeah, it was a little clunky. This game is not polished.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
well, it's not like it was able to be.
Yeah,
with all of that plagiarism going on.
They only had 10 years for this, dude. Calm down.
Yeah, Duke Nukem needed another 5 years to come out, and god damn it, that would have been great. Fuck.
And what about Beyond Good and Evil 2? That still needs at least 20 more years.
Yeah, any day now. Swear.
I mean, is that better or worse than Skyrim? Still out and still pushing on everything it can over 10 years later.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's just knowing how to make money.
And letting the community do all the fixing.
I mean, I'm not fucking buying it, so I'm not the problem.
I bought it once, and that's enough.
Yeah, I found some of the grand visuals in this game to be kind of cool. I mean, like the big city with the gigantic cyber fortress in the distance looked kind of cool, and the mountain landscapes in Asgard looked kind of cool.
Yeah, I think everything looks cool in this game. It just doesn't really operate as cool as it looks.
Yeah, the animations look kind of pretty cheap and pull a lot of points.
Yeah, I mean, the visuals, and so it came out in 2008, and I was kind of trying to compare other games of that like time frame to each other of just art and visuals, and like the gameplay is not too different from certain other, I can't say hack and slashes, but I was just kind of thinking of a more, you know what I was, you know what else I think I would compare to the first Nier game, where it was a new generation of consoles. It was still kind of in that past era of visuals, but good enough where you're like, okay, I can get along with this. The controls of the new, I guess, technology that they were dealing with was still just getting figured out. Camera work was kind of flubby. Yeah, I guess I'd compare a lot to the first Nier, with the confusing plot and the weird-ass characters and the, I guess, weird overworld that we're dealing with that you can hardly understand.
Honestly, the melee combat actually kind of reminded me of like a proto version of Batman Arkham Asylum's melee combat.
I guess I see what you mean.
Just like with immediately zipping straight towards enemies in the distance.
Well, I mean, the
you
first
aim at
Assassin's
them.
Creed kind of had that with groups of like 5-6 enemies, and you can you know what did that first? It was kind of the Prince of Persia on the PS2. But you'd stop your motion, and then you could flip to another enemy right away, kind of naturally. Now that was a good game. That was a good game. That was a lot less flawed.
For sure.
I guess when I think about it, you could tell this game was like developed a decade prior, like in the starting, so how things were set up to be. Yeah, I didn't hate this. Yeah. I didn't hate this game, but it was just too hack and slashy for me. That wasn't polished enough.
That's why I love this game, because of the hack and slash. I remember playing the shit out of it because of the hack and slash. You just pop it in and play a little while and just kill a shit ton of things. But if I remember correctly, I think there's only like 4 main levels.
Yeah, so I didn't mention this earlier. Drakengard is like a fucking 20-hour game. Way too long. I would never put myself through that. 2 Human, believe it or not, is like a 14-hour game.
Yeah, because you have to replay the levels. If you beat the level once and you go back, it's harder, and then you get like elite enemies and whatnot. And that's pretty much how you have to level up your character. You have to play the level and then replay it to get strong enough to go on to the next.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that. I can tell why they did that. It was to stretch the game out and give you more content for clearly stuff that was cut out because of the lawsuits and all that. I think that held it back quite a bit.
Yeah, and that they just apparently didn't know how to finish a damn game. 10 years. Oof.
Oof indeed.
But I'm still going to pass it, especially because it's free on Game Pass.
Well, free is a good price. Well, you're paying for the service. You're paying for the service. So
yeah, but free. I mean, if you already have it, so. I mean, I tried to play this on emulator. My emulator don't save, and then it crashed, and I started over again, and then it kept crashing when I tried to create a character. So I was like, "Stupid emulator, I hate you."
Okay. So you pass it. I'm still gonna fail this game.
Yeah, I fail it.
Not as hard as Drakengard, though. That one was an easy fail.
It's no Superman 64 or Batman Dark Tomorrow.
Oh God, that episode. Yeah, go back and listen to that one. That is some F tier territory we dove into there. Okay, so our
Call
2
me
games.
Crazy, but I think Joey loves torturing us.
Yeah, we have too many good games, so I have to make sure we have some shit.
Yeah, he's right. Okay, so our 2 games were Drakengard on the PS2 and 2 Human on the Xbox 360. Joey, your theme, you go first, sir.
Yeah, obviously favorites 2 Human. Gonna give a D to Drakengard. It was almost an F, but I'm going to go with a D. I'm going to be a little nice. And I'm going to give 2 Human a C.
All right. By default, I guess I like 2 Human more. Didn't particularly care for either game. Drakengard was very close to F territory for me. The only thing holding it back is it wasn't broken. So that gets a D. And Drakengard was 2 Human was unfinished. Still not polished. I failed it, so it's gonna get the same grade, but it is definitely not as bad as Drakengard. It's not even close. So, but it's still getting a D. Colin.
My opinion's the same as yours. D for both, but Two Humans slightly less bad.
Ooh, Joey's been overturned. Couple double D's going on here.
Hey, it's okay at this rate. My next 2 picks will be double C's.
Yeah, you've definitely improved upon your last one. Well, what was the one before that? It was a mix. Okay. All right. I guess next time we talk, Colin and I will probably get drunk and eat some ramen in downtown Toronto. I'll probably pick up Final Fantasy while I'm there, mayhaps. Not that I'd play it, but I'll get it nonetheless. I'll just wait till I come back. That'll probably be easier. And then it's my theme pick. I got a good topic going. That'll do it for this episode. See you next time, everybody.
Bye.
Bye now.